Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to watch and react on the fifth episode of the TV show The Crown on Netflix. In the previous episode it was focusing on Margaret, who is still struggling because she doesn't, feel love, I think, since Peter left, and she met a new man, and he's a photograph, and he takes pictures of her where she's not naked, but the shoulders uncovered, and it's just not something you do when you're a princess. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to know what's gonna happen now, because the picture is out, because she asked him to send it, and yeah, we will see. Let's get to it.
Queen's critic is at it again. Here attacks the Queen. Queen's critic. Queen's critic is at it again.
Good morning, Jack.
Oh, good morning, sir. What am I doing?
I'll take one of each this morning, please. And a Sunday as well.
Oh, bit like reading, eh?
That's right.
Queen's critic is at it again. Here attacks the Queen.
Attacked by your lord. Whoa, okay. I love British houses. They're so pretty.
I think he's right.
Do you?
Yeah, now I think about it. She's a bit priggish.
I don't know who is that man, but he doesn't seem to be thinking the same that what is said in the newspaper.
Lord Altingham.
Yes.
You traitor.
Oh my god.
Really? 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 Well, Lord Altrincham has been struck.
Dumb, I hope.
Better than that, ma'am. In the face. Quite forcefully, I'm told.
She's happy
By who?
about it.
Which gallant and chivalrous individual?
Afraid we don't have those details yet.
She's our head of state, loved, respected, and admired throughout the world, so why do you hate her so very much?
Good question.
Would anyone like some toffee?
Bring it over here, Patricia, darling.
Oh, divine. Much like Tricia herself. Come, my dear. Be seated. Right. If no one's keen on the church story, I can knock something up. Now, a piece on reforming the House of Lords. Dermot, you were going to look at that for me, weren't you?
Something nutty about it? Molasses.
And Europe. We need to work out our official stance. Are we for or against a single European market? Are we in or out?
Toffee, John.
Oh, you must try some, John.
Afraid I have a thing against toffee.
Why didn't I know that?
This actress is known. I don't know where I saw her, but
I was sitting in a dentist's chair because of a piece of toffee I ate. Oh, Lord. Not again. Sorry. Sorry?
sorry.
Perhaps you... The upward course of a nation's history is due, in the long run, to the soundness of heart
of its average men and women?
Working men and women? It has a touch more dignity.
No, I think average is fine.
That's rude.
The tone of the speech is somewhat what? Old-fashioned. And would leave her open to attack. From whom? The newspaper.
Is it right?
Thank you. I like it very much.
Sorry. It's not my cup of tea, this type of hairstyle. Doesn't seem to like it either.
I thought you were hoping for more children from me.
I am.
Why on earth would you do something like that to your hair?
What's wrong with it? I thought it was tidy and sensible.
Adjectives to stir the loins?
Apparently it's very animose. All the regimental wives are wearing their hair like this now.
Really?
Yes.
It's certainly very practical. And should you ever feel compelled to ride a motorcycle, it could always double as a helmet.
Well, I like it.
I have nothing against it.
Stop it.
Sure, it would provide ample protection against any falling masonry. But if enlarging the family and enticing your husband to procreate is the goal,
It is.
then you might take a look at Jane Mansfield. Or Rita Hayworth. Ooh, Rita Hayworth.
Philip.
Drawing, did you? No. Very good, sis. And that's a chassé.
Yes, indeed.
I
finished MK1.
I don't feel the
Ah,
speech.
yes. Lovely.
With top speeds of over 100 miles per hour.
I think Martin was right.
Quite the thing. I've always
You
been
see.
interested in the red.
The upward course of a nation's history is due, in the long run, to the soundness of heart of its average men and women. May you be proud to remember how much depends on you, and that even when your life seems most monotonous,
That's why he
what you do
wrote that
is
in the
always of real
newspapers.
value and importance.
Queen, and I want to write an immediate response.
No, I'll find someone else.
No, it's no trouble.
Oh, I see. I remember now who she is. She's fuck her name. She's the she's in the Game of Thrones. Fuck. I can't remember her name. Oh damn. I'm sorry.
I see. Right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you had it coming.
What kind of article?
It's quite a critical article.
You took the Queen, boy.
Tonight we have a man who, because of press activity in recent days, probably needs no introduction, Lord Altrincham. In the space of just a few days, his inflammatory and deeply personal attacks on the Queen, in a periodical of which he is also publisher, have become the most pressing issue of the day and caused something of a constitutional crisis. So, I'd like to begin by asking Lord Altrincham a simple question.
Her style of speaking is, quite frankly, a pain in the neck. She sounds strangled.
I had the misfortune of hearing one of the Queen's speeches in a dental waiting room recently. I was horrified by the indifference and inertia with which the speech was greeted.
But you'd accept that being Queen and head of the Church of England is not an easy job or a simple one. If you'll forgive me, it's arguably a harder job than editing a small periodical.
No, I quite agree. Her Majesty is a seemingly impossible task. She has to be ordinary and extraordinary, touched by divinity and yet one of us. But being ordinary doesn't have to mean bland, or ineffectual, or forgettable.
And against whom do you lay the main charge? Her courtiers?
In the end, if the court is wrong, if the setup is wrong, you have no choice but to criticize the boss.
The Queen?
Yes, because only the boss can get rid of the bad servants. She hires them. She alone can fire them.
Alton was
They may
right.
be bad. I believe some of them at the moment are.
Everything's even scarier in real life than I heard.
Lord Altrincham?
Yes.
You traitor!
Congratulations. Well done, sir.
Yeah, now people are okay with what he said. I mean, he's not entirely wrong, but still wrong to attack the Queen like this.
The Prime Minister suggested that he come up a week earlier than planned in order to discuss it all with you in person.
Goodness. A constitutional crisis. Well, I hope you're going to apologise to Mr. Macmillan, too.
No.
You're not going to deny that this whole mess springs from a badly written speech which I gave unquestioningly because I trusted you. Perhaps Lord Altrincham was right. Perhaps I should surround myself with younger, more dynamic people with one foot in the real world.
The castle is so pretty.
And you believe it's now a government matter?
No, the kids are grown up.
Here we are, Lord Altrincham. Colonel Charteris will be with you shortly.
Let's go and see Martin.
Thank you. I see we have something in common.
And what would that be?
I don't think he was expecting the Queen.
Your Majesty.
Shall we begin? Is my voice all right? You can understand me?
Yes.
Not too strangled? Not too much pain in the neck?
No.
So, you've got a list.
I do. As you might know from my article, I made a series of observations, recommendations of things to change, but for the purposes of this meeting, I chose to limit those recommendations to 6.
6.
3 things to start and 3 things to stop.
Well, let's start with the stops.
Very well. Yes. Putting an end to the debutante's ball. The idea that only young women of a certain class are presented to the sovereign, and women who are not of that class are not presented to the sovereign and somehow not acceptable. This is the sort of iniquity that should have died out with our grandparents' generation, certainly after the war.
Next. What would you have me start?
Open up. Know the drawbridge. Let people get to know you.
I don't wish to be known.
Televise the Christmas speech. Become more transparent, accessible. And finally...
Oh, finally.
Spend time with normal people. Not just courtiers or the great and the good, but real people, average people, working people. Open the doors. Make it more inclusive and egalitarian. Let normal people get to know you too.
I mean, it's the way that it gets to be here and talk to her that is wrong, but his ideas, they're not that bad.
That it is possible for some of you to see me today is just another example of the speed at which things are changing all around us. I would like to read a few lines from Pilgrim's Progress. And though with great difficulty I am got hither,
Philip is happy
yet now I
about
do
it.
repent me of
He
all the
likes
trouble I have
chanting.
been at.
Congratulations.
He doesn't seem to be very happy about this.
You look pretty. Like the dress.
Thank you.
And the hair. Very unregimental.
Oh, yes, Tony needed the top person, of course. Only stylist who could be trusted.
Does he have a name, the stylist?
I want to say Victor Cabon. No, that's not quite right. Vidal Baboon?
Vidal Baboon?
Yes, I think. But anyway, talk endlessly about hair as a geometric art form.
Well, it looks jolly pretty. And if you happen to have a number for this baboon, I might pass it on to my wife. Is that appropriate, by the way, that a red-blooded man should know the correct hairdresser for a woman?
There's almost nothing that's appropriate about Tony, but he's made it his mission in life to improve me.
Your very own little Altrincham.
Yes. Just rather better in bed, I suspect.
Oh, dear God.
Damn. Okay. Well, that was a very good episode. Very interesting. Well, it wasn't about Margaret this time, but it was still important. It was an important episode to see how the monarchy changed after the war in Egypt. And yeah, I'm happy that they listened to the guy and his suggestions and ideas to get it better and stuff. And yeah, this is a good episode. I liked it. Well, Philip is still Philip, and well, we see that Elizabeth isn't really liking this changing. But what she doesn't like is also the way he brought it, like how he talked badly about her in the newspaper, like criticizing her voice and stuff. That was a bad way to say it, but it was the only way, you know, to approach her in a way, to share his ideas. So yeah, that's a cool episode. Tell me in the comments what you thought about this episode, and again, tell me if this is true facts. I think it is, with what is written at the end of the episode, but tell me. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon for another reaction. Until then, take care.